Hello everyone, welcome back to another P3D video. My name is Adam, and in today's video we are going to be doing a flight in the 767. Look at that beauty there. Captain Sim 767 is a beautiful plane, probably not as well used or loved as the Pencil 757, but this is nonetheless really nice and really beautiful. Look at the detail on that engine. They've done a really good job. Now, I have improved the PBR on this plane from what Captain Sim have done, and replaced the sounds on this with a sound pack, and obviously chosen this livery because it really shines off the PBR. So yeah, we've done a few tweaks, and I've been able to finally get this running again after being, you know, so broken in the Windows updates recently. But that's all fixed now. So look at the detail on this gear. Wow. They really have done a good one. Now, one thing I've noticed with this plane when it was purchased as default, the strobe effects on the wings weren't correct. They would actually create a box around the light, and it was prone to crashing if it began raining. Well, I fixed all that, and this flies absolutely perfectly. So in the flight deck here, I think I've also enhanced this flight deck as well. I actually can't remember how to fly this now. Like, it's been so long, but we are being tracked on Volanta, so this is counting towards the hours. Now, one thing I have noticed is that when I click off the screen, I lose the sounds of the plane. So apologies for that throughout this flight. Right, so we have got an external power unit connected. So let us turn on the battery first and get some power going to this beast and begin the alignment. I think we need to set that as well. Right. So if I mean, this is basically like a 777, isn't it? So first things first, let's call for fueler and get her fueled up. We need 38,834 pounds of fuel. So let me go and set the payload up. Fuel. How do we set this up? Pounds. So we want 38,834. Oh, 38834. I'm hoping this will work here when they ask. So, oh no, it's doing it here instead. So, literally, that will do. Use thousands. So we need 38. There we go. I think it should be 39 actually. So there we go, that's that in. The payload amount we're taking 290 people. So there's nowhere to set packs. There we go. 290 people to me is absolutely full by the looks of it, because that doesn't even equal to 290. So let's do just a maxed out. I do not know how we do this. Fuel, payload, max, and that should 38, 12, and 211. So there we are, maxed out. Beautiful. Right. We've got the correct database in. And we are in Chile today. We are in Chile at the Balmaceda airport. This is I think this is a freeware airport. I'm not too sure, to be honest. So it's SCBA, and we need the IRS positioning on the left one. No. How do we grab that? That doesn't do that. Okay. Oh, it's all zeros, that's why. Okay, so it hasn't actually set yet. It's okay, so we'll wait for that though. Let's get our lights set up here. So we want position lights, the logo light. We want to set up the overhead. I'm not too sure the state of we're going to the Marshall Islands, by the way, as part of the FC Scenery pack, but I ain't too sure the state of everything. So brightness. But obviously, the collisions. I don't think I've turned on the lighting, emergency lights. Right, so I think I've got everything set up so far. So we're going up to 370. So we can set this up. We are on FLIGHTSIM. This is, actually this is part of the Daddy's Got the Plane. I just realized we gotta get the right dude here in. There we go. That's correct. 250. And we're taking off from runway 27. So 271 is our heading. Probably better go this way. Yeah, we're going to the Marshall Islands. Now, the Marshall Island airport is at another freeware, but the island itself is consisting of FS scenery, or FC scenery, and yeah. Why is that not aligning? I have got it set to realistic, so I guess we just have to wait for that. Doesn't give you a countdown that I can see. Right, well, let's the fuelers have probably most likely fueled me up now. That's only says 40 pounds. Or is that in kilograms? That's in kilograms, okay. So we can probably get the boarding underway now. Shall we use packs? Let's no, we won't use packs actually. Not on the Daddy's Got the Flight ones. We'll leave that off. Right. I can't think of anything else here I need to set up, so let's start these pumps and we'll get the APU running. Oops, standby power did not go on. So let me tune in. Which one's the comms? This one. 1228. is that one. Put a random in. And that's the ILS. It's the ADF, we don't need to worry about that.
Do you want to board crew? Crew boarding
So
start.
there we go, that's basically everything. Turn that down. Want ground prox weather radar on. Just waiting for everything to initialize. We'll always just take the airport if we need to. Wish we had a countdown, to be honest. It doesn't. Let's see what happens there. I'm just going to align by the airport. IRS. Okay. So, I think we've got a company route. Let's see here. SCBA.
Your crew has boarded.
And we're going to SFAL. Not in database. Oh, that's why, because you, let's request. Flight sim plans. I have got one. US. There it is. That's our routing. Flight number is 007. So we do have a route. We can save with, no, don't bother saving it. Print the route. Didn't know this had a printer on board. Right, let's do the performance. So according to our thing here, our gross weight. Actually, do the zero fuel weight first. 262.3. Our fuel reserves are 5792. You got to do points. Okay, so 5.8. Our cruise altitude is 370, and our cost index is 231, and that makes us a center of gravity of 23.5. Takeoff flaps, we're gonna go with flaps 5. See how we get on with that. Actually, yeah, flaps 5. Takeoff thrust temperature is 49, and the CG is, we need a trim of 3.17. So can we set that now? Yes, we can. 3, that should do it. Runway, we're taking off. Yes, correct. Don't think we have to worry about. Yep, we do. So the wind where we're at the moment is blowing 290 at 23 knots. Holy moly. And our takeoff speeds are 141, which I probably will get wiped when I actually enter in my departure and all that. We're rotating at 144 and V2 at 149. So that's complete. And departure, we are departing. Let me just get you my flight plan here of what we're doing. So we're taking off in southern South America. We're flying out. Now all of this will be my terrain pack. I haven't actually got Orbex Global South America running. And then we'll fly along here to the FC Scenery Falkland Islands, which is a part of the UK version 2. And we are here on stand 2, so when we turn out, it's going to be a nose left jump. And we're departing on the Rog 3A. So that is runway 27, and when we arrive, we are arriving at runway 27, but there ain't no procedures at all. So most likely it's gonna be hand flown. Oh dear. So we've done all that, and got a couple of discos. So let's concur the route. So we take off, we go to Bow, and then we turn back around to Bow. Then we head straight away to Rogel, and then we turn to Topag. Correct so far. And then the next waypoint is Cotton. Yep. And then we go to Bravo, and then it's basically straight into the runway, so we can do that straight on to, ooh, wait, FA27. Let me remove the airport because we don't need to circle around it. When we can just descend straight to it. So yeah, I don't know what FA27 is, to be honest. If that FA27 the approach, let me take out the airport. I'm not too sure what that waypoint is, but it's like 8 miles, so we'll leave it in and see what happens. We'll see what happens on that. So everyone's getting on board, and we can start our APU up. APU is start. Fuel pumps are active. Center pumps. Cargo windy heat can go on. IRS is aligned. FMC is set up so that can go on. Takeoff, go around, flaps normal, that's the alternate anyway. RTO on that. He's all good, my friend. So wait for the APU running, which I believe it's on. So switch it over, and the generator control switches can go on, and we can turn off our external power, and we still have the plane, so we can get rid of that cart now. And let's see how they are doing with the old boarding. All the doors are open, so oh, he's still fueling us. Shit, thought he'd finished. I think he had, to be honest. I really do. Yeah, he has finished. He's just having a moment. He's probably having a fag break. So, Daddy's got the plane. So yeah, this is going to be an interesting flight because the runway is bloody tiny where we're going. And yeah, weather here at least is clear. The weather outside 2 degrees, so probably will be taken off most likely. No, we won't be taken off with anti-ice, but we need to just set the QNH actually. 2986 2986. As good as it'll get. I'm not really sure how this thing is flown. It's been such a long time since I've flown it, so let me just make sure that is my speed brake. Yes, it is. Okay. And controls. We get that as a test. I don't know if that actually does work. Brilliant. Let me get rid of the yoke. Oh. Get the distraction. Right, everything's ready. And they've all just boarded. Wow, that was bloody quick. So let's shut all the doors. Get the plugs off and the wheel chocks. Shut the doors. Oh, do you know what? Never called. Actually, open these doors again, because I never called for the snackies.
Catering vehicles are on their way.
Close the doors? Can we not close the doors? Why are the cargo doors not closing, my friend? We have a, you don't have a screen to tell us stuff, do we? Okay, I think you might have to have the external cart powered up for these doors to shut. I'm not really sure. Why aren't they shutting? Dude, I ain't flying with these open. Okay, we'll try again when the door, we'll try again when the engines are rolling, but it might be because it's obviously for a reason. Like, let's get the snacks on board. And while we do that, we'll address...
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. From the flight deck, it's the captain. Very warm welcome on board this Boeing 777. We're just about ready to push back from stand now and start all engines. I would ask that you pay full attention, please, to the cabin crew's safety briefing that will be shown fairly shortly. In the meantime, make yourselves as comfortable as possible and enjoy the takeoff.
Where are the seatbelt signs on this thing? There they are. It's on auto. Okay. See, I've got my gens on. Although they're actually off. Utility bus, I reckon that's why they did not shut. Boom. That's why they didn't shut. Okay. Daddy's not knowing how to fly his plane properly. Love the look of this plane. Oh. And the wing view there. Beautiful. Engine view there. Oh, gorgeous. That engine, I think, looks better than PMDG, in all honesty. Such a gorgeous plane. It really is. Hey, we got stairs here. I didn't realise that. Get rid of the stairs. And get rid of the jetway, mate. Looks like Trump is leading the way there. And then we can get rid of... I think these will automatically close the doors for us as well when they're finished, if I'm not mistaken. Obviously in V6 this looks even better with the PBRing. Yeah. So weather, where we're going. Let's just check the weather station where we're going. What can we expect? Oh no, they're not shutting the doors for us. Alright, fine mate, we'll do it ourselves. So where we're going, we've got 7 degrees, scattered clouds down to 1500, so the landing is going to be interesting. Let me get up the performance. It's a 2-hour flight as well, so right. Prepare for pushback, my friends. So what do we need to set here? Let me make sure that we are the only ones in the area and the only schmucks going to Stanley. Okay. Right. Probe heat, pumps. Yep. So pumps are all on. This is all auto, so that's all on. Press. Yeah, you need the center pumps on. Do you want to request the de-icing treatment? No thanks. It's not freezing, mate. Packs are off. APU bleed should be on. And so should the engine bleed. And we can get rid of that engine bleed card now, considering we've got the APU running. Lighting overhead? Ooh, hello. Maybe not. This is all running fine. Pitos. I guess they come on automatically. This is all good. That's all good. Yep, we're all good. We're ready. TCAS is off. Let's turn that on. Okay, I'm ready for pushback. I don't know how this is going to go, how GSX will handle this. Could be a shit show, but we'll soon find out. Now, what I remember here, there's a we're rising. Dude, are we? Fuck it out. Right, nose left, please. Parking brakes released. Oop. Oh, okay. Right. Why are we gonna wait for? I don't know, mate. Well, what's going on here? Got mountains around us, though. So, do you know what? I'll bloody start my engines when I want, mate. Hey, listen to me. I'm the captain now. Right. I guess we. It says auto, so we don't need to set it to ground. Is that it? So if I start engine 1, it'll start. Is that it? Nah, of course not. Need to set it to ground. So engine 2. And then ignition. No? Both? Am I missing something here? Parking brake set. Nothing's happening, mate. What am I missing? Let me turn these off. Circulating fans are on, packs are off. Something's not right. Daddy doesn't know what he's doing. Okay, obviously something's wrong. The gens are on. Ah, these were not turned on. That is why, my friend. Okay, try that again. No. Dude, I can't get this thing lit. What do we do? Surely it should be like start that, and it should light like. Always follow your checklists, guys. That's why we have them. Is it because I got rid of that cart? Is that it? Nope, can't have it. It's more than my life is worth. Okay. Let's work the problem. APU is running. Utility buses are on. The gens aren't turned on because the engines aren't running. All my pumps are on. Should the hydraulic pumps not be on? Well, they have to be on. What else we got? Packs are off. APU is on. I thought the engine and bleed air switches need to be on myself. Isolation switch, my friend. That's what it was. Right. That should do it. He says. Captain doesn't know what he's doing. Alright, what am I not doing? Hydraulic pump, yaw dampener, parking brake. Hydraulic power reserves, press. Right. Let's press things that say press. And see if that does anything. 'Cause maybe these aren't meant to be on. So to say our valve. Fuel jettison. Okay. Cross feeds, maybe. Dude, this is embarrassing. Captain can't get it lit. Isolation. I thought they were the packs. Isolation valves weren't on. That's what it was. The isolation valves. Right, this should do it now. It should start. Here we go. We got movement, but it's going back down again. Yeah, that's not worked. But we're getting there. That's the important thing. We're getting there. Okay. Turn these maybe off. No, can't muster the strength. Maybe turn these on. Dude, I can't get my engines going. How bad is that? Packs, that's why they were set to auto, but they should be off. Right. Boom, she's lit. That's what it was. The old packs. Add the fuel. Fucking packs. There she goes. Right. So we were missing a couple of steps there. I'm not using a checklist, see, that's the thing. Daddy's doing it all from memory. Daddy's memory isn't what it used to be. Right. So all this shit comes on when it needs to. There we go. It's kicked in. Boom. So does that mean we can flick over now? I don't know if it automatically... Yeah, it does automatically flick. So there we go. That's on. And then we're going to do this one. Put the yaw dampener on. Engines roaring. Add the fuel. I think you're supposed to wait till 20, but we're going to say we got a good engine.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start.
Bit premature.
You can disconnect.
It is going. Okay. Doom. She's on. She's active. Packs are on. APU is off. Boom. Turn the center pumps off now. We've only got a little bit of fuel. Everything is normal.
Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. Captain from the flight deck. Just a few minutes before we arrive on stand, I would ask please that you remain in your seats with your seatbelts fastened.
No, we're not going back to stand, mate. We've done.
Comes to a complete stop. Your own safety and comfort. It's been our pleasure having you on board today, and we look forward to seeing you very soon.
That's stage 1, isn't it? Yep. Stage 5. Trim is set. There's Kenko. Right, so we need to taxi forward, and then we take the taxiway to the left down here. There, down there, alongside the runway. Okay, so we are good to rock. So taxi lights are on, nose gear's on, all the lights are on, APU's off, window heat, we're not having anti-ice on, we don't need it. Temperature outside, where's the temperature gauge? I need to find, yeah, here it is, 2 degrees, so we might be alright. Okay, let's go. Daddy's got it. Brake off. Here we go. Increase a bit of thrust. Auto throttle armed. Shocks are off, aren't they? Yeah. Just need a bit of the power get going. And she's going. That's it. We're on our way. That's it. This is it. Nothing can stop us now. Nothing can stop us. Bye bye. Oh, that should be up. This is a bit weird. Okay, a little bit fast now. Let's slow her down. Daddy's taking her to the air. This airport's pretty good. I don't think it is freeware. I think it was payware for FSX. I could be wrong about that. Because freeware very rarely comes with grass edging. So yeah, FC scenery, well worth the purchase for photoreal and full autogen with seasons. It's basically true worth. And if you also, oh, we're going on the runway here. There is no taxiway. Right. If you also include, there you go, landing lights are on. If you also include, you know, like city packs that you can get on Sim Market, they will add more detail to your cities, more customized buildings, and just flesh it out, and you get better performance at the end of the day. You know, and obviously photoreal is meant to be used when you're flying commercial planes. When you come into an approach, you know, the detail tends to drop a little bit because it's a photo map. So you're zooming in as you descend down, and by then, when your airport's detail takes over, everything's good. Like, you know, humdinger. Look at that. You just don't get that level of detail with PMDG. You know, that is amazing right there. Oh yeah, baby. We are cooking. Alright, let's... Okay, so we are ready to rock and roll. We got mountains surrounding us. Hilly mountains over there. Beautiful. We just got to go down here and turn around. Now for me, I prefer flying the 767 because for me, it's a more stable plane. It doesn't do that weird bouncy thing that the Pencil does because of the extended nose gear on the bottom here, you know. I tend to find that on my setup, for some reason, the Pencil can be very bouncy. But I do enjoy flying the Pencil. But I know other people will have different, you know, experiences. But I love flying this 767. Unfortunately, I think it's this one where the cargo variant just isn't finished. The reason being, I think it's the 767, is because, you know, they did intend obviously to bring out a cargo variant and have it as fully functional as the other model. So I think it's the 757 that has the fully modeled cargo, and the intention was to finish this one, but unfortunately before they could, you know, Microsoft came out and they got kind of distracted by trying to import crap into that sim, and so we lost out purely because of that sim and their greed. But also another reason is because they lost all their decent developers as well. So, and that's probably why we never had the cargo version. Dude, there's no actual... I'm gonna have to do a weird turn here. There's no turn off. There's no way to turn this plane around. Okay. Okay, here we go. We've got it. Now, if I can just remember what we have to press here, because I'm not sure. That's... yeah, we want to press that. That's armed. I want to set up that. Okay, has that just turned it off? Yeah, it's activated it. Right, here we go. Rock and roll. Daddy's taking off. EPA set. What's that holding? Oh shit, got something stuck in me throttles. EPA thrust set. Here we go. Dude, listen to that. Engines. Roaring. Okay, here we go. 144. 120. 140 in the air. Beautiful. Wheels up. Number one. We're gonna immediately turn off. Oop, that's how we're gonna nose gear. Taxi turn off. And immediately put on the autopilot. Because Daddy doesn't know what he's doing, and we need to turn that off because the autopilot's going to be taken over. And I don't know, dudes. Look at this. Wow. And to be honest, I was hoping for a night takeoff, so if it was a night takeoff, it would have looked like this. Well, I'm glad it isn't. Just can't bloody see anything. So I'm glad we got a day takeoff. How much daytime it will stay, I do not know. Okay, so we're set. Speed is set. We're climbing up to 370. Altitude restriction here till we get back round, which we're turning early to be fair. I don't know why it's not following the magenta. $6,000. Look at that. Oh, here we go. That's just kicked in now for some reason. That hadn't done a single thing until now. Beautiful. Absolutely nothing out here, is there? Okay. I'm going to turn off the landing lights. 10,000 feet. Speed should be, bloody hell, 345. You know, mate. Okay, we're coming back around to the airport. There it is. Don't know if that's supposed to be snow or what. But yeah, it's not pretty much anything out here. It's pretty desolate around here. It's all, yeah, it's all pretty meh. But yeah, none of this is Orbex down here. This is all my terrain pack with default. So, which to be honest, I think it's doing a pretty good job. Details are very high. Very high detail. Okay. We haven't got any clouds, but it is freezing out there now. So we'll see how we get with these mountains as we pass over them. I think we need to, yep. Turn on the traffic and the weather. There we go. Speed's good, altitude's good, daddy's all good. Now the higher we get, shitter this gets in terms of repeating patterns. But that's just the way it is. Obviously with Orbex you'd get less repeating patterns, but you get worse textures at the end of the day. Each their own, innit? Yeah. Plus my level of detail doesn't go out as far. So there we go. Alright. Okay. That's pretty much it, guys. So boom. American Airlines. Fuck yeah, America. Right, well, I mean, that is pretty much it, guys. There ain't much else to do. I'm going to switch to standard now. Don't know how you do that. Just dial it in, I guess. There we go. Standard set. Speed's going a bit much. Should be going 0.840. So we're actually not going fast enough, to be honest. It's now 5 degrees by the looks of it. Yep. Hydraulics are all good. Climb thrust activated. Is all good, really. Boom. Okay. Well, I mean, we're pretty much done. So I'm gonna do some lovely shots, not of alcohol, but of the landscape as we pass over certain bits. I'll take some, you know, photography of the journey now as we fly in. Seems to be far more worse on this side than it does on this side for some reason. But anyway, I'll bring you back, guys, when we're descending into the Falkland Islands. See you later. Okay, so we've started descending now. This is where we kind of are, if I can find my charts. Just coming on into up to Bravo, and then it's 44 miles into the airport. I did find a chart, so I've been able to extract all the information I need. We're actually over the Marshall Islands. Marshall? What are they called again? Oh, I don't know. It doesn't matter. Over the islands now. Now, plane's been overspeeding on descent, so I'm not really sure. I guess I need some drag, but not really sure on how to slow this puppy down. It is meant to be going 294, but we seem to be doing 300 plus. So, trying to keep it in line here, but I don't know. You don't seem to be wanting to. There we go. Hopefully that will help. The airport is there. So keep that on 10 miles. Yeah. Probably a bit of a way to go. We're still above the cloud layer. Can't see the ground now. That seems to have gone. So yeah, probably a little ways off. We've got to do a turn to line up for final. Now we're dropping like a bomb here, which means we've sped back up again. I don't know, honestly. I don't know how this thing works. I've set the plane up. We're doing flaps 20 or 25. I can't remember now. Flaps 25, landing at 141, maximum auto brake. We're going down to 3,000, but then after 3,000 we're actually meant to be at 1,870, so I might actually put that in 1,870. You can't actually do 10s. So we'll just say 1900, and that's the actual altitude we need to be going down to. We're way over speeding here. We're going to get alarms kicking off. It's asking for drag, but mate, why don't you just reduce engine thrust? In fact, let's try and take over this puppy. Let's see, we actually need to be going like 290. Try that, 295. There we go. Now it's cooking. Now she's listening. Passengers are in their seats. So,
ladies and gentlemen, it is routine procedure that we dim our cabin lights for all night takeoffs.
oh, they're saying to take off. Oh, I never know what buttons to push up here. Let's start up the APU, shall we? Get that APU started.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we are experiencing turbulence, the captain has switched on the seatbelt signs. Please return to your seat and ensure that your seatbelt remains fastened until the sign has been switched on. Thank you.
Coming up. Tell them to we're descending.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we have now commenced our descent, would you please return to your seats and securely fasten your seatbelts?
Speed's risen back up again. It doesn't actually hold it.
Position for landing, and that your window blind is fully open. Passengers seated by the emergency exits are requested to clear this area of any loose.
Oh, it is holding it. I think we're actually descending too fast, to be honest. Vertical speed seems to be a bit mental. So I'll just reduce that. I don't need the speed brake fully out. Right, elevation is 2977 for the Q&H. So let's set that up now. Seemingly almost like falling out of the sky rather than descending. But hey, as long as we get to where we need to go, I don't care. Right, so we will. Oh, we're going through the clouds now. So it should be starting to rock and roll. Yeah, that's it. We're in the clouds. We're in the soup. or we've actually all died, so one or the other. Right, it's 10 degrees and falling, and the temperature at the airport is 7 degrees, so we won't need our anti-ice. Once we get through the clouds, we'll turn that off. The wind on the ground is 8 knots, so that's good. It's blowing 280, and we're landing 27. Now, 27, I believe, is the opposite way around. So we actually need to hand fly her back in. So that was correct. That having the airport in was actually correct. I better have a look at this. Yeah, otherwise we're going to be landing the opposite way, so I need to kind of put the airport back in, which is SFA, isn't it? Oh, it doesn't actually appear on the flight plan. Yeah. So we actually do need to fly over the airport. Oh, do you know what? We'll hand fly it at that point. So no worries on that. We'll do that. There is no airport chart. Oh yeah, there is. There is. So yeah. .266 is the runway, so that needs to be adjusted. Adjust that in here as well. Oh, I guess you don't. I guess not. Oh, here we go. We're over land here. We're through the clouds. We are through the clouds, and there it is. FC scenery, Marshall Islands. No, Falkland Islands. The Falkland Islands. That's what it is. There is cloud over, so it is a big hole in the cloud as well. So there it is. That's what it looks like. Full auto gen down there, if there are any. But let's turn off the anti-ice now, as it's 3 degrees and we're through the clouds, so 11,000 feet. Alright, we're going to turn on the nose gear and get that going. We've started the APU, it is active and running as well actually, so we don't have to worry about our engines when we get up to the gate. But we do need to slow the hell down, so let's take it downtown. 280. We're still a good 50-60 miles away. Oh. 40 according to this. Shit. Thought we would we passed Bravo. Yeah, we're about 40 miles away. Shit. Okay. Well, we are bombing it down, so we're meant to be under 250 actually. Shit. We're running illegal speeds here. So let's put some flaps out and try and get her to slow on down. In fact, we'll engage that. Yep, I got your drag right here, mate. And we're going to put out a first stage as well. It's very nice here. Look at that. It's very nice. Gorgeous. I'm a bit worried about the landing, to be fair. I don't think things are going to go smoothly, in all honesty. So I've got to fly over the airport and then turn back around. So in all honesty, we don't want to be at 1900 above the airport. Hey, we've stopped going down. What is that? Because we are reducing our speed first, right? Okay, well we do need to go down, mate, so Oh, that's their heading. Shit. 266. How about you start descending us, mate? Okay. No. Mate, we need to go down. Never mind this, mate. We need to go down. I'm going to bring up that, and I'm going to bring out 5 stage flaps. Still come on, mate. It's very nice. So we're about probably maybe 30 miles away from the airport now. Yep, dead on 30. So we do kind of need to get down, mate. We kind of need to get down and boogie. Come on. Take me down 220. We'll set that foot. Okay. Get my feet in the stirrups ready. Let's get ready to rumble. So, looks very nice. Very realistic. Okay, so we kind of we're losing our speed here. Let's say 200, and that should. Go flaps 10, or it's 15, doesn't do 10. Okay, so I think we need to, we're going to pull up now. And as soon as we fly over the airport, Daddy's going to hand fly it. So, I think that might even be the airport there on the end. We definitely need to slow ourselves down. So, oh hello, we've got some stuff here. What's that? Some buildings here. It's basically a barren island, isn't it? The Falkland Islands are just barren. Who would want to live here? I mean, I bet it's beautiful, but cold at the same time. Must be freezing here. Still holds up, even at the altitude we're at. Still holds up. Okay. Let's go down a little bit more. And then we'll only go down to like 3,000 feet. We need to be doing like 180. Okay, that is actually, I think, the airport there. So we're going to be hand flying it soon. Okay, so that's it. We're gonna hold that. We'll go flaps 20. Bring our speed brake armed. Oh, things are getting a bit hazy now. We're losing visual for some reason. Oh, burn. I feel like we're still too fast here coming over. Oh, so no, this isn't the airport. The airport is actually past this strip of lake here. This is just like the city that's there. All these buildings down here, FC scenery placed, very accurate, very nice, and accurate to this region of the world. Very nicely done. Brilliant. Okay, shit. We've lost visual. So let me get my approach chart here. So we need to turn 7-6. We're gonna have to do this manually, I think. When we get over the airport, we do a 7-6, fly around. Pretty much instrument approach now. Okay, so we're almost over. We're gonna have to manually tell the computer what to do here. So we'll do that now. 7-6. We'll direct your speed as well. 185. Altitude alert, but what can you do? I mean, it's flat as a pancake around here. We ain't gotta worry about hitting any mountains or anything. Okay, so we come out here for 7 miles. So we need to kind of track this. Oh, there it is, 7 miles, yeah. And then basically gonna come back in to FA27. I think we'll do a 10 mile, and it's 271 for the turnaround. It's holding the speed very nicely. All the lights are on, but I will set up these now, so I don't have to worry about them later. Oh, we've got a bit of visual. We see the airport. We already passed the airport. Yeah, we've already passed the airport, haven't we? That's behind us now, so missed the opportunity to have a look at the airport, really. There's our runway. Okay. 4 miles and then we turn for final. And it's a right turn as well. When we turn this and the plane won't turn, will it? Yeah, it will. Shit. Six miles, 1 more mile to go. We'll do a kind of a half turn as well. Right, well, we've lost FA27 on our FMC. It's kind of dropped off, so right, let's do a turn here. So we need to do a half turn first, really. So first off, we're going to slow down to 180, and we're going to turn, doing a cross here. We need to be at 1900. And then we'll set her up for 271 is the approach in. Set. for water. We're going down. So there we go, 2,000. And then we need to set the course for 266 once we've lined up. Right, we're going stage 25 now. And wheels down. And our reducing to our speeds, which is 141. 3 green. Right, 266. Locked on for the ILS, but obviously it ain't going to be a ILS landing. So set that down to 1,000 feet. And we will now land her once we get to 1,000. I mean, we're still a few miles out, like, so we don't want to actually get down too fast. Actually, we'll keep that a bit up. Actually, yeah, I'll take her over at 1,000. Pretty much where we are, so okay, Daddy's got the plane. Daddy's got it. You do the throttling, mate. I'll do the rest. Okay, we're right in the money. We're right in the money, honey. Runway isn't in sight. Oh no, I think runway is in sight. Runway in sight. Nice flex on the wings there. Okay, here we go. Oh, we're coming in at an angle. Let's correct that up. I think I might also take out the auto throttle and do her myself. Yeah, we'll do that myself. Daddy's got her completely now. She's all mine. We're coming in a bit hot. Okay, here we go. Daddy's coming in. Here we go. This is it. Losing speed. Oh. More power, more power. No, what's going on? Why are we suddenly lost? There we go. Don't know what happened then. We nearly lost it. Runway's in. Nice to know. Okay, here we go. This is it. Hey, the runway's not aligned here. It's a little bit further back here. Right, here we go, we're landing. Oh shit, what happened then? Dude, we landed a little bit quicker than I thought. That was a bit mad. Full reverse. I hope the reverse is engaged. Yeah. Brakes. And Daddy's done it. Reverse off. Done. We're down. That was a hard landing because the ground kind of crept up on me there. I wasn't expecting that. Okay, so we need to turn around. So we'll do our turnaround. That was a hard landing, and that really wasn't what I was looking to do. Okay, so we'll turn her around here. If we can. And then it looks like we're straight in here on the right. It looks like, yeah, that's the terminal here. So this is all she wrote. We'll get GSX set up. I don't know what parking standard is, to be honest. So, but that ain't the one. Wherever that is, revoke that. Okay, so we're off. Turn off the lights. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Falkland Islands. We're going to be in the corner here, so let's do flaps up. Obviously, this plane isn't really meant to be landing in this area of the world, you know. This is a total daddy's got a plane flight. And we'll park it right here. I think this will do me. Boom. Parking brake set. Oh yeah, engine's off. APU's running, so we're all good. Right. Operate some stairs. Let's open the doors. Entry door. Entry door. Entry door. Cargoes. Shocks. Door. I think that's it, really. Looks like that's it. Right. So we got stairs. Yep, they're rising up. APU's running. Keep that on. Turn these off. That's all off. Keep the packs running. Let's ask for some ground power. Get that connected up so we can turn off our APU. And turn off our overheaters. Turn off the yaw dampener. Turn off the fuel pumps. Got the external power available. APU is off. Gen's off. And turn off them. And that is all she wrote, my friend. We can deboard these Muppets.
The passenger's bus is coming.
And what did it land at? This is too heavy, this is. Oh, 141. Not too bad. Alright. Daddy got it. Booyaka shack. That's how you do it, my friend. So that's all done. Disconnect from FLIGHTSIM because there's nobody around here, so don't need to be on there. And that's it. Daddy's got the plane. Another successful landing. So I think, to be honest, I've had enough for the fun flights. This was a real challenging one because the size of the island is very small. And looks like whoever made this freeware has slightly misaligned it. But it's probably made for FSX in all honesty. But at least I've got an airport out here in the middle of nowhere now. So, very appreciative. In terms of my career, which I need to start thinking about going back to doing now. Let's have a look, shall we? Because, yeah. I got 4 job offers. Oh gosh, look at this. So, I got 4 jobs here. The best paid salary is this one. And it's mainly flying, well, it looks like Europe. I don't really want to do Europe, but there's also Russian flights, Asian flights, and it's mainly the Airbus. So, but I don't think any of these are cargo, to be fair. Is that cargo? Passenger. Then we've got this one, Air Cial, another passenger. They're all passengers. Thought I applied. to cargo jobs. This is the A321, another Airbus. Flyplay sounds, they're also doing passenger service mainly out of Iceland in an A220. I never applied for that job. I would have never applied for that. In fact, 2 of these I've not applied for. In fact, none of these I've applied for. Yeah, I don't fly many. Where's the ones that I actually applied for? They seem to have dropped off now. Oh. Here's the 4 that I applied for. Northern Air Cargo, FedEx, Airwork, and Aloha. But it looks like they might have fallen off if I haven't actually applied for it. Like if it had done anything with it. It says check the job market page. But none of them are in there. Unless I filter for cargo. No. So I've lost those applications by the looks of it. This was one of them. So I might have to reapply. So, like if I went for, this is the 737.
Bus is coming.
Airwork was another one. That was for the 737. Aloha. FedEx, that's basically whatever plane you want to fly all over the world. Choose your route. 76, 75, 777, A3, MD-11, 738, whatever you want. And then the other one was, what was the other one? Northern Air Cargo. That one looks like a Canada job. Another 737 job. Mainly flying out of Alaska into America. I wouldn't mind doing that. Look at all these. I'd love to fly this route around here. Yeah, let's apply for that one. Summer application not accepted. You already have. Yeah, but where is it, mate? Oh, here they are. Oh, they've just suddenly showed up now. Is that because I've clicked on them? So if I click on that, that one will suddenly show up. Apply for that. Oh no, that's because I've just clicked on them. Pending. Right. So these 4 automatically offered to me. So Northern, so I've got to oh, I can sign it, I think. Let's go with Alaska. Northern Air Cargo. Please select an automatically offered job or an application that has been oh, I've got to wait again for this. Alright, well, I'll do the waiting game with you. There we go. That's that done. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this. The next P3D flight we do will be, do you know what, we'll fly to Alaska. We'll land in a cloudy, snowy Alaska in a plane that is probably going to crash. And yeah, we'll see how we get on with that. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
You